Back here on pregame with Nick Lorusso. Nick, appreciate the time.
Of course, anything.
3 hits last night. You've gotten off to a great start. You mentioned yesterday that it's confidence. Where does the confidence come from for you?
It's all in the preparation. I feel like it all starts pregame. We have an awesome group of coaches that, run us through different plans and approaches that we can take throughout the game. But it's all in the preparation, and that ultimately leads to the game.
In the off season, what does the preparation look like for you to get ready now that you're fully healthy?
Yeah, it's just treating every practice, every lift, as if it's harder than the game. So then when it comes game time, it makes it feel a lot easier.
And the 3 hits yesterday tied a career high. You had that clutch RBI, obviously, to tie the game. When you come through in a moment like that, especially this early on, what do you feel like when you reach base?
It's awesome. It's awesome. We actually had a good crowd here last night, and you could feel their energy. And I love to say energy breeds energy, more energy, and you could definitely feel it throughout the dugout. So anything big like that, definitely breeds a lot more energy into the guys moving forward.
You're batting cleanup most of the time in this lineup. Guys in front of you, Jet Williams, Nick Morabito, Ryan Clifford. What's it like to hit behind those guys?
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said last night, those guys are game changers. They're very special, very, skilled individuals. So it makes my job a lot easier.
How about their ability to get on base and also run? And then when you come up with them on base, what does that look like, when you're out there?
Yeah, it's awesome. It puts a lot of pressure on the pitcher, when especially a guy like Jet or Nick, with the speed that they have, the pitcher may not be 100% focused on me, and that could lead to mistakes, and that's usually when I do my damage.
I know you and Nick Morabito have had a good relationship some time in Brooklyn last year. What kind of player do you think he can be?
Truly, he's one of a kind, and I think definitely, with what his speed brings to the table, and his ability to hit the ball hard and make contact pretty consistently, the sky's the limit for him, and I can't wait to see what he does.
Switch over to defense for you. Mainly third base, but obviously playing first base as well. What's it been like to try and learn that first base position as well?
Yeah, it's been awesome so far. Last year it was more about getting comfortable with the position. I saw the field from a different lens over at first base, but now, year 2 of playing first, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's got to be tough, different angle. Kind of the same with still being a hot corner, but seeing the field from a different way.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that was the majority of my learning experience and development, was just learning, the different angles, the way the ball comes off the bat, a little bit different. So I'm definitely a lot more comfortable now.
Last year you came up to Double-A, off to a good start, got hit by a pitch, missed the rest of the year, but you stayed around the team. How much did that help you, do you think?
It was awesome, growing a connection with a lot of guys that are still here right now, going to different ballparks, becoming familiar with, how each ballpark plays, the different surfaces. I was able to take grounders still. So I feel like it was definitely huge, and for me specifically, being comfortable this year.
Only a couple of years ago, you were drafted out of the University of Maryland, had 2 phenomenal years there. What do you think the experience in College Park did for you as a person and a player?
I mean, it was awesome. I made some, lifelong friends there. I got to meet some wonderful people, some wonderful coaches that helped me along the way. And it definitely shaped me to be not only the player, but the man I am right now.
How about breaking or setting the RBI record in 2023, tying Tommy White? You did do it in less games. What did that mean to you to have the most RBIs in the country?
It was awesome. It was a wonderful accomplishment, but like I said throughout, it was a team accomplishment, and those RBIs can't be done alone. You need to get guys on, and it reminds me a lot of this team. Guys like Matt Shaw and Luke Schliger, just replaced by Jet Williams, Nick Morabito, and Ryan Clifford. So those guys get on, and I just try to do my job and drive them in. You started your career at Villanova. What led you to then go to Maryland? I was just looking for something a little bit more in terms of baseball. Heard the development there was phenomenal. You happen to know 2 guys from Connecticut, and Bobby Zamarzalek and Luke Schliger, that told me it was an awesome experience for them. So I was just looking for something more.
Nick, always appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you very much.